This video is about the history of Tustin. The text included in the video, as well as some follow-up activities, can be found linked in the description below. The History of Tustin. Columbus Tustin was born in 1826 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When he was 21 years old, he moved to Petaluma, California with his family. 6 years later, he met and married Mary Cleveland. While Columbus Tustin worked as a farmer and for a carriage-building business, he met a man named Nelson Ohio Stafford. They became business partners, and both traveled to Southern California in the summer of 1868. Together they purchased 1,359.9 acres of land of the old Spanish Rancho Santiago in Santa Ana. After each slide, you'll have a few seconds to review the picture, to study the picture more. They paid less than $150 an acre for their land, which was located between what is now Main Street in Santa Ana, First Street, McFadden Avenue, and Newport Avenue. It was mostly flat land, except for a red hill to the east. What attracted Columbus Tustin to this area? First, there was plenty of water. Plenty of fresh, pure water from artesian wells that flowed from the ground. There was the rich soil and plenty of wild game, especially wild ducks. Also, the clean air, the mild climate, the rolling hills, and the distant mountains created a beautiful setting. Columbus Tustin moved his wife, Mary, and their 5 children, Mary Jane, Martha, Ella, Fanny, and Samuel, to Tustin. He started selling lots, or pieces, of land. His first sale was in 1872 to his own sister, Barbara Ann Lewis. But when not many people bought his home sites, he decided to give away lots, or pieces, of land for free to anyone who would build a home. An entire block went to a family of 4 or more children. He gave $100 to anyone who would start a church. Slowly but surely, the word spread about Tustin City. Those who were tired of the wet, foggy, and cold weather in Northern California could see the possibilities of warming up down south. Families from the South and Middle West of the United States who wanted to get away from reminders of the Civil War came to Tustin. There were others from the North and East who were just fed up with crowded cities. It was not until 1872 that Tustin City finally began to grow. It was only then that enough folks had arrived to justify starting a school district or establishing businesses. A meat market, a tin shop, a saloon, and a steam-powered grist mill for making flour were in operation. Tustin divided 100 acres of his town into blocks 300 feet square and named the main east-west road Main Street. All of the north-south streets were named after letters in the alphabet, while the east-west streets were numbered. The intersection of Main Street and D Street became the center of town. In 1877, Santa Ana won the bid for the Southern Pacific Railroad Depot to be built in their town. This event encouraged many Tustin residents to move to Santa Ana. Tustin would remain a small town, while Santa Ana would become a big city. The dream that Columbus Tustin had for his real estate development was never realized in his lifetime. He died in 1883. A disappointed man. It would take another 44 years for Tustin to become a city. During the 1880s, Tustin began to grow. New residents moved to Tustin. New buildings included 3 churches, a large 3-story, 50-room hotel, and a bank. The first doctor's office was built by Dr. James Sheldon. A horse-drawn trolley line, which ran between the hotel and Santa Ana, was started. Many homes were built. The schools were made larger. Groves of walnuts, apricots, and eventually oranges gradually replaced the field crops. In 1887, the Tustin Waterworks was established. By the 1890s, Tustin had become a lovely, quiet agriculture community. At the beginning of the 20th century, growth continued in Tustin. As early as 1903, there were 2 telephone companies in Tustin. Electricity became available in 1906. From 1908 to 1913, the Phoenix Road Race went through Tustin, on its way from Los Angeles to Phoenix, Arizona. The first Tustin Street was paved in 1914. The Tustin Volunteer Fire Department was organized in 1915. C. E. Utt established the Utt Juice Company around 1919 on the back porch of his home, and Tustin built its own high school in 1921. By 1927, the population of Tustin was 900. There was now intense debate by the citizens of Tustin over whether to actually form a city in 1927. But when all the ballots were counted, the majority had decided to become the city of Tustin. The citizens wanted to improve their fire and police protection and not become a part of a big city like Santa Ana. Hiring John Stanton as the first and only policeman to serve in the just incorporated city of Tustin was the first action taken by the newly elected council in 1927. Stanton, who became known as Big John, kept the position until 1942. Tustin, California, the 3rd oldest city in Orange County, could now proudly face the future with confidence. Tustin was now officially on the map, only 59 years after its discovery by a man named Columbus. During World War II, the United States Navy built large hangars on the bean fields near Tustin to house the huge blimps that would patrol the coast for enemy submarines. The El Toro Marine Corps base opened in 1943. The Santa Ana Army base was also nearby. After the war, many of the military men decided to live in or near Tustin. Changes began to take place in Tustin. In 1948, home delivery of the mail was started. In 1955, the Santa Ana Freeway was built through town, connecting Tustin to Los Angeles. Tustin's days as a small, quiet agricultural community ended in the 1960s. Farmers began to sell their orange groves to home developers because of a decrease in their orchards and the rising price of land. The population in Tustin greatly increased from only 2,006 in 1960 to 21,178 by 1970. Many more schools and businesses were also needed. By 1980, the population had increased to 39,761. Today, Tustin continues to grow with a population well over 75,000. New homes, condominiums, and apartments are being built. Both small and large businesses, shopping centers, and high-tech industries are found in Tustin. Tustin's days as a small agricultural community are gone forever. There's no way we could return to them any more than we would want to return to a life without telephones, electricity, indoor plumbing, or the automobile. We cannot turn back the clock, but we can enjoy, study, appreciate, and learn from her history. Tustin has changed from the days of Columbus Tustin, but it is still a beautiful, quiet place to live. Tustin is home. Our hometown. Check the links in the description below for activities that you can do to further your learning. Pick one of the activities below, or in the description below, these activities are available. Make your own sketch of Columbus Tustin. Download and print the activities. That's a crossword puzzle and a word search and a spelling list. It says read even more about Tustin history here. Write down 3 new facts you learned. Or, there's no link for this, get a pen and paper and write 5 quiz questions and test a friend.